actually. Yeah. All right. So you may notice things look a little different here. Not by much, but yeah. So yeah. It's finally turned profit. Our diamonds are backed up all the way to here. We have thousands of silver waiting to go out and be purchased. Like, it's kind of wild. Why is turquoise not? Huh? Hello? Huh? Oh. What? Oh. Much better. Need 33.5 a minute, which this should be more than capable of doing. Fact, I can't sell clay. Hmm. Turquoise isn't a big thing that I need. The growth potions are still quite helpful to have, though. Oh. I see they are out. Yeah, so I need more salt then. Which wouldn't be a bad thing normally, but... Um... 9 silver isn't bad. I can eat 4.5 and be fine. Yeah, no. So like the biggest issue is that the brine isn't keeping up. So I would need to get more salt. So I guess what I can do is... I guess... No, it'll be easy to go over this side. The unfortunate part is that I couldn't put it here. Actually, no, I can. No, I might be able to. Gonna be a bit of a tight squeeze, but it should work. I can do that. Do the purchase portal, limestone, not limestone, not limestone. Into that. Oh. I have 2 of them. Oh. All right. Big fucking profits. 3, 6, 10, 14, 19%, almost 20%, and customers are buying 150% more. So this one I'll sort sand out. And then get rid of the sand. I don't care about that none. So in theory, there is 67.5 per minute going in there. There we go. Now both are working. Nobody else is in the shop, so sleep. How am I looking on profits? So it should be significantly less now that I'm not paying for the whole line of quartz as frequently. The important one. Okay. So far, I'm up 500 silver. So once this chills out, I should only really be spending like 500, if that, silver a day on quartz. Which, at a margin of 18-19, that's not bad at all. Okay, so it just costs a flat 1,000 to do that. I don't think I'd change anything from it, though. No, I don't think I would. I do wish my conveyor belts were a little faster, but that can come in due time. So. Oh, big spender in the house. Damn. Amazing. I'm so glad I managed to figure this out. It's made money delivery so much easier. How are we looking on the money backlog over here? Really good. Really good. I should begin to see profits start to pick up by quite a bit. So for every diamond I sell, sorry, every 3 diamonds I sell, no. It's 4. Maybe? Diamonds are confusing. They're just a boring, colorless stone anyway. Okay. Growth potions are starting to kick into gear again, which is good. Why do you... You know what? I'm not gonna ask. Not my place. So, yeah, I think by the end of today, I should begin to see a backlog of silver out to this. Oh. I understand more so. Okay. I understand a bit more now. Mm-hmm. God, diamonds are such a hard business to actually get into and make large-scale profits off of them. I am at least getting a 15 silver increase to diamond cost. And they're buying 150% more, so... If I'm lucky, I'll get one person that buys a whole bunch of them. Buy a diamond. You, sir. Buy a diamond. Buy many of them. Buy all of them, even. Well, you bought a diamond, so I'll give you that. Um... What the fuck? Yeah, let me get right on that. Huh? No. This one's way out of my league. This one's a bit more doable, I think. There we go. Let's just double dip. There we go. Now it's getting delivered much faster. $180 soap. 90 yeast. Unfortunately, that requires soap powder, which makes no fucking sense to me, but whatever. And I need 60 growth potions, which should build up in a moment. Okay. Every once in a while, back here will shrink back. Mm. Honestly, it is pretty funny watching money sail across an alleyway. Alright, so what do we got for research that I need to do? When was it that it becomes profitable? I think it was 7. That melting down copper coins becomes profitable. Which isn't great. Pretty. Really? Why is that? Oh? Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I would need to set up a separate thing for sand at that point. And I can't do that in such a limited space in here, so... And it's kind of out of the picture for right now. Pocket watches are still watching. Yeah, okay, now that makes sense. I mean, I guess I could send some of the glass from up here down. Never mind. It's actually 1-for-1 on it. So this is making 45 each. Okay. I guess that's not awful then. So in theory, tonight I could leave it overnight and it would be fine just to run. Well, that's good at the very least. That don't work. All right. Let's go ahead and sleep. Let's see how bad the numbers are today. Okay. We're up 600 silver. Then I need the bandages and one more. Done. All right. The 60 growth potions are going to be a bit on the tough side to do. The yeast is going to be in a pretty similar way, unfortunately. Growth potions are a pretty high ticket item that are very frequently getting purchased. And unfortunately, due to the increase in demand of glass from the stopwatches, making things a little bit difficult. I am at the very least making a net positive, which is good. I think what I'll do is chuck that into there just to force it to build up. Yeah, unfortunately it's 6-1. So that kind of kills that in the water pretty quick. Ooh. Would you look at that? So I think what I'll do is one spot back, right about here. No, there's no point. Never mind. If I pulled this out by one, I might be able to do something here. I don't want to fuck with this at all. Otherwise, I run into the risk of potentially fucking up my entire system. I've got something good going on with that, so we'll leave that as is. But for, like, this section, because this turns into a larger denomination of money anyway, I can do silver to gold here, and then gold into 44 here. I'm just worried that the shift in price points is going to cause issues, because it's 10-1. Sorry, 100-1, but 10 stacks to 1. And then... Oh, I'm up here now. Yeah, the growth potions aren't going to grow in number until glass gets taken care of. And unfortunately, that's going to suffer until sand gets fixed, and sand's not going to get fixed until a whole bunch of things happen, but I mean, I guess what I could do is a couple. We'll get rid of that. So that's actually in the way now. Do a couple of purchasing portals over here. Right about here would probably be fine. Okay. Hedgehog. This makes 45 a minute. Which is good for that. And there we go. Perfect. So I'm just breaking even on that glass. Never mind, no, I'm not. So what seems to be the issue here? These run at 33.6, and you produce 45. I see the problem. Oh, I am stuck in here now. Well, it's alright. Sweet. Source jumping exists. Wasn't sure if it was a thing. Figured I'd keep trying until it might have been. Okay, so 22.5 times 4 is 90 and some change. $45, 90 even. Plus an additional 45 coming from over there, meaning I am at a perfect break-even 135 sand being pumped into that spot. But I'm not done yet. Because obviously, I need more sand. Because this is just to break even and keep this continuously flowing. I can support up to 150 a minute, meaning there's at least 15 that can go to here and start fueling this. Issue with that being, at that point, I would actually just be better off making an entirely separate line for it. Yeah, no, because there'd be no reason to transport all that. Minute. So, there's that. Yeah. No, if I can get my hands on more sand, that would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, these aren't super great in terms of positioning. But Hmm. 3-2 gap up onto that, down over to Crusher's bed to... That could work. So... I need another motherfucking portal room. Ah, my bulk order disappeared. Damn it. How do I unpin bulk orders that have disappeared? Questions for later, I suppose. Right. That is now purely dedicated to providing additional support for the growth potions up top. Unfortunately, this can support 2 of these. Is what it is. Not a whole lot I can do about it. I'll give it a little bit of a stimulus because it's gonna need it. And we get a nice steady supply coming in. These should be slightly faster than it. Why is it not? Oh? Really? Huh. If I do this... Weird. So each of these is 45, 90, 135. Then why isn't it... Oh? How does that make sense? These are producing 45 a minute, which is what these can support. Are you saying there's room for more? No. Surely not, because there's no... Interesting. It's not much, but there is enough that I can support a whole nother crusher to it, which makes no sense because it should be perfectly mathed out so that it doesn't do that, but for some reason it does? Why? So that means all of these also have an extra one in them too. But they don't need it because they're getting supplied by that. So, yeah, I'll add them anyway. And then I'll do a priority splitter. I don't have enough steel, do I? Nope. We can grab more. Alright. Good. It does seem odd, though, that it's now producing more magically. Like, I didn't upgrade that. So why then am I now receiving... I probably should have looked at that, but I know I'm profiting, so I'm not worried about it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm ever so slightly... Why? That makes no sense at all. I don't get it. I really don't. Hmm. You somewhat wonder if I did the same thing to the clay, if that would make it run a little faster. I don't think it would, but there's enough of a room for doubt there that it might actually do it that I'm confused, to say the least. Because, yeah, my biggest issue right now is obviously the 135 clay dust. Why then? Hmm. Okay. So growth potions are actually starting to back up somewhat, which is good. How is the upgrade point coming? I'm still a ways away. Meaning, after a little over 9 of them. Maybe 5 or 6 more of them. I just need more salt over here, honestly. Like, that's the big thing that I need. I could set up another salt one and try and speed it along, but 270 is a pretty steep ask, and it's already just barely keeping up with it. God, I only get fucking. Let's see. 500 minus 35, so 235. Yikes. I think it's definitely about time I let it run overnight. Because, like, everything's moving, everything's progressing as normal. This could be a little faster. Oh. Well, hi there. Maybe it doesn't need to be. Apparently that little boost that I gave it was enough for it to be like, oh, that's how much I need to be making. I don't know why these are capable of doing 3 at a time now. It's not, like, enough to where it's gonna be doing them steadily. But it is enough that I have to keep 3 of them available. Otherwise, the 2 clog up and takes and just are slower. So that's interesting. I don't know why that did that. Because I haven't upgraded my thing really at all. No, like it's still 5. Maybe it's the belt speed that did it. I don't know. Like my face to me. Hmm. So interestingly enough, yeah, so I think that's moving at 139 a minute. Because it needs 135. Obviously, I've got more on it, but it's producing one every 4 seconds to put on the other belt. Every 4 or 5. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. But, but, but. I do think I am rather quickly approaching. Oh. Oh, it's already here. I see. I was going to say, I think we are rapidly approaching the I need to start storing things as gold stage. We are already there. So, one gold, please. Thank you, kind sir. All right, well then. I was not expecting that to be how this stream ends, where we are producing so much money that it has actually begun to backlog all the way back to the storage. That is actually crazy to me. To be fair, it has been going for quite a while, so that does track. But yeah, I think that will be where I end the stream for tonight. I'm going to let this run overnight. Again, I'm going to hope that everything gets produced again, and we'll see how it goes from there. Because it is at a pretty stable point. Oh, okay, buy money. Buy money. That's the only downside to doing diamonds, is that it's a tough market to stay in. Once you're in it, you make fucking absolute bank. But in terms of profit, before we end the stream. $250,000 copper is not bad. $500,000 copper. Okay, so I'm almost making double in silver of what I'm spending. That's really good. That is really good. Obviously, I'm spending significantly less in copper because, like, I don't really need it. Hmm. 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 But yeah, that will be it for this one. Profits are way up. I definitely think adding 2 points into sales tactics helped. But yeah, no. Oh, big spender. Big spending. Oh my lord. Okay. Damn. Fucking big spender just rolled through. I am kind of waiting to see if I can get it to, you know, halt at the actual chest. Or at the very least at the end of that. I don't know if it's going to happen, but wouldn't be for a lack of trying. It is in the wall. Currently. Come on. We just need a few more big purchases, and that should be good. Yes, that was all copper. So 500,000 copper gets me about 250 silver, which gives me about a gold. So all of my profits largely comes from silver. If it wasn't tied to my reputation, I'd stop selling copper stuff. But I don't really have much of a choice. I have to sell items that give me copper because I need the reputation. Alright. I've lollygagged enough, and it's not... Doesn't seem to be a person who's big spending, so... Oh, somebody did just leave the jewelry section. Oh, we got a fairly big spender. Ooh. Okay. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, I see the coin. I see the very edge of the coin. I will take that. Anyway, that will be it for this one. Thank you so much for stopping by. Vibing out, hanging out with me. And, yeah. I am going to let this run overnight. I'm hoping to come back to plenty of levels. Well, at least a few levels. It shouldn't have an issue like last time where it stopped, because everything is reliant on Stalt showing up. And it's showing up at just a fast enough speed to keep the glass and the clay in check. So sand will continue to flow as needed, which means salt will continue to be made as needed. Let me real quickly double check on it, just to ensure it is actually properly good to go. Yeah, no. It's implementing it from that side, so... No. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Anyway, that'll be for this one. See you folks next time. Hopefully, with a whole bunch of gold in my pocket and a whole bunch of knowledge crammed up in my noggin.